and then tell my whole family. So I was just like, I'm not gonna miss this.
Well, I
So.
appreciate it. We got Soul and Nugs in with us watching, and of course, what is it? Dylan Devious, he's lurking. So.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
What? I didn't see you. I would have rated you.
Oh, you were streaming. See, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, because when I went to raid, I looked for you and I didn't see you on there.
So you don't follow me anymore, huh?
Oh no, you're still here. You're still my Huckleberry.
Yeah, well, apparently not. You didn't even see me on.
But I was kind of in a it was an impromptu stream. I ended up having my daughter's boyfriend came over for dinner. And I was just like, okay, this is the first time the family officially has a meet and greet. And I was like, hey, you want to have a dance off? So he was just like, sure. I was like, okay. And so I set it up and I was just like, here's the deal. You're going to go against the whole family in a dance off, one at a time. Yeah. I'll be the boss man. You have to face my daughters one at a time. And if you can beat all of us, then you can continue dating my daughter. But if you can't beat all of us, you have to break up with my daughter. So he shook on it.
Why would you do that? That's messed up. Sorry, son. Get the fuck out of my house.
But dude, he beat my oldest and my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old, who, by the way, ended up playing a song that she like played like 100 times, and somehow he's a good dancer.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's a good dancer.
Okay, so he knew he could back it up.
So, but this was the first time of him playing this game. So I was just like, okay, time for the boss man to come in. So I come in and we're neck and neck on points. And then he beat me just a little bit, but then at the very end, I started coming back up and then boom, annihilated him. So now my daughter has to find another boyfriend.
Nice. Screw that guy. Sure.
No, they're still dating, but yeah, it was a situation, a test of how should I say, characteristics. I didn't think I said, I'll be honest with you, I said like a joke in the beginning. I was just like, yeah, you want to have a dance off?
Yeah, a joke that kind of goes too far, maybe.
No, yeah, definitely. And he was down, and I was like, all right. So I set it up real fast, dusted off the old Twitch media stuff here, and
oh, so you did. Was it the one with the Wii remotes, or was it the DS?
The Twitch old school Century.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the old school Century, my friend. And you know what? I'm impressed. Like I said, I'm impressed. He did pretty good. I didn't expect that much, and I got something that I'm impressed about. So.
Well, you know what they say about good dancers. They make good lovers.
He's breaking up with my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stinger's a good dancer.
Oh, am I? I don't think so.
Are you a good dancer, Stinger?
Not really, no. I'm an awkward dancer. I do kind of want to go take dance lessons, like legit dancing. I think that'd be fun.
Heck yeah, man. I did it a couple of times. You know, you get that free coupon that comes in, and you're like, you do like 4-hour session. That's what I did. I was just like, yeah, we'll do a 4-hour session.
Like, do you know any dances like the waltz, the tango, the Charleston? Like, do you know an actual dance?
There are no dances that I know. No, I learned it, but unless you continue to use it, you'll lose it. So, but see, it's like parkour. Technically, if you hit 2 angles, it doesn't matter how you do it, you're technically doing a parkour.
Oh, yeah?
Have you ever seen The Office? You ever seen The Office?
I parkoured right down and broke my ankle once. Yeah. I connected to the ground, 2 different angles.
Ew.
Parkour.
See, that one right there, why do you hate yourself?
Yeah.
I've broken my wrist during, what was it, football? And oh my gosh, broken bones. I never thought I would get one.
Bro, I've had so many.
Yeah, that pop sound. I don't know how many of yours popped, but that pop sound is something you never forget.
No, I remember it. When I broke my ankle, it didn't hurt, not even a little bit, but I knew I broke it.
What?
I knew I broke it as soon as it happened. I'm like, yep, I just broke my leg.
Bro,
And I'm like, no, you didn't.
Just like, you wouldn't be so calm. That's just the way Stinger is. I had this old salty Master Chief U.S. Navy diver, and this guy was playing football with us out on the field, and he stepped in a hole. His foot did like a 180, and this guy was just like, oh, it's okay, I just gotta put it back. Puts it back in place, right? So he's the lead enlisted person for us. Puts it back in place, has the doc go get an ice bucket, sticks his foot in the ice bucket, gives his speech to people, to the military guys before the weekend, and then he goes gets taken care of. I'm like, this guy's a beast.
My foot was dangling, but I was still trying to get up. I was like, I don't want to be here in this ditch.
Just like
neighbors passing by giving me shit. The wife's putting it on Facebook. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're all telling me to suck it up. Like, you know, assholes.
Like a greased up French fry just dangling.
Yeah. I got pictures if you ever want to see it. I still got screws in there, and I kept one of the screws I had to take out that kept both my main bone and whatever those bones are. They had connected it with a screw. They had to go back in there and take it out. I still have that somewhere. I don't know where it is though right now.
So how does it work with the screws? Is it the situation where when you get the screw in, then it's temporary, you heal, and then you get it removed? Or is it like it's there for life?
I've got like 11 screws. They took out one.
Yes.
I got a whole bunch of hardware.
It's like 23 screws. You're now down to 22.
Okay. Looks like a whole bunch of nails going through, you know, but...
Somebody decided to play Jenga with his body.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I have like one of those. You know, you ever see that movie? Was it Unbreakable?
Yeah. And then you got the what's it called? Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I have that per se, because you know it doesn't break that easy. But dude, I swear to God, I break my bones way too easy. I've broken both wrists at least twice. Broken ribs multiple times. In fact, just the other day, I was trying to save a cat from certain death out one of these irrigation things, and I'm leaning in there, and I'm not leaning. I mean, it's not like I'm not putting an amount of pressure on it, but it's a cement thing that I'm, you know, on. And as I go into this, I hear a pop in my rib area, and now I'm dealing with that because I had already broken that rib and it had healed, and I think it repopped or something. So now I have to deal with that.
See, I believe in that sort of philosophy that Samuel Jackson had in the movie Elijah, where he was just like, since I am so vulnerable, there's got to be an opposite. There's got to be somebody who is so strong. So can you imagine?
You're gonna be my so strong guy.
That's bro. I'm broke with you. I don't think.
I don't know. You're the one that going on marathons and doing all this crazy crap.
Where is it at? Here we go. Put my camera on here. I'll turn my camera on. You guys can see me.
Look in the chat, Spidey, of Discord.
All right, let me see.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is that a chancla you're wearing?
Yeah. It's my sandals, bro. I don't go nowhere without my sandals. I'm still wearing some slides just like that too. Absolutely the same ones, except for they're newer and a different color. My wife made me get rid of them finally just a year ago or so.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Yeah.
That's some gnarly stuff. That is some gnarly stuff.
No fun. That happened as we were moving. We were moving up north, and I was hauling some stuff up there, and it was going to be the first day that we were up there. And as I'm loading the last bit is when I slipped down this grassy area and did that shit. So mad. And I had gotten down to 300 pounds all by myself, right? And I was doing pretty well still at that point. And then as soon as that happened, way too much. I ballooned right back up because I was incapacitated for at least 6 months.
Why does it look like they just randomly put screws in there? I know that's not the case, but it's just every time I see these things, I always feel like how do they do the measurement?
All right, guys, you guys want to see this shit? Check it. Yeah, it was dangling.
Did you try to lift it up and be like, hello?
No, but they were
I'm
trying
the
to
broken
cut my
ankle.
pants. Bro, I had just bought a new pair of pants, and at my weight, pants like that are expensive. These were $60 blue jeans.
Ooh.
You know, and I don't buy a lot of clothes because they're expensive. And
Yeah,
they were gonna cut these off of me, and I was like, "Oh hell no! You stand me up, and I will take my pants off, or you take the. It'll hurt too much. I don't give a crap. It's $60."
They still cut them.
They still cut them. It pissed me off. I would have kicked them, but well, it was just dangling. So
yeah, just
yeah. Oh good. Oh,
dude, that is nuts. I hear you there, man. What was it? They wanted to give me a ride on the ambulance, and the ambulance is a lot of money, bro. I was just like, this is before I was in the military, and I was just like, my mom's a single mother. I was just like, I will get a ride if somebody's willing to give me one in their car. And I got a ride down there. I was just like, I ain't taking no ambulance.
Yeah, if I can help it, you know.
I didn't even realize my dog was ringing. Pixie, you still alive? Pixie. That dog better not be dead, I swear. It's my oldest dog. Normally she's actually with somebody, but for some reason she's
I didn't know you had a dog before the newest one.
Yeah, so we have a little silky terrier. Her name is Pixie. This was my dog we got when my daughter got cancer years ago. She's like 13 years old now. And she was like the PTSD dog for all of us. We're all going through crap, and that dog's seen a lot of things, and she helped us through though. Like, I give her props. She's enjoyed a lot, and she's seen a lot, and she did great. She did wonderful. She was always obedient, always, you know, she how should I say, got locked up a couple of times because we used to just take her in the backyard. She's a small dog, and she normally doesn't go anywhere, but there was a couple of times that I guess the kids took her out and forgot about her, and she took off, and then all of a sudden we get this little alert that says, like, you know, your dog, is this your dog? And it's a picture of her, like a mug shot, but she's like, has this, like, if a dog could smile, she was smiling, right? You know. And so it's one of those situations where you're like, yeah, that's my dog. Where's she at? Yeah, we got her locked up here in San Diego compound. You can come pick her up. $129.99. I was like, you son of a gun, how do you sleep at night? On a lot of money, sir.
Yeah. The amount of money.
Busted my dog out of the pound twice.
Wow.
So I don't know if she was trying to get a cookie out there or what, but I'm just like, you dog, you get back in there now.
You ever have a dog get a hold of a skunk?
I don't even. Actually, I did. The skunk had taken off though, and my dog, oh my gosh, the worst smell ever. Just I'm not gonna
trying all the remedies, like the tomato soups.
Bro, it was
get
nasty.
That stink out.
It was nasty and stuff. And one thing that people don't realize is, like, when you die, when animals die, or whatever happens, like, everything comes out. So I'll leave that to the imagination. But yeah, he was just a mess. I forgot where we lived, but he comes back, and I'm just like, I'm never gonna see my dog again, because we were in a rough part of town when I was a teenager at this time. And then sure enough, I see his name was Rocky, boxer dog, coming from the distance. And I'm just like, thank goodness. But before Rocky got to us, no.
What have you been up to, Rocky? Nothing good.
I was like, Mama, no. Why, Rocky?
You're gonna be an outside dog from now on.
Dude, that dog put me through a lot. That dog, he was a runner. He was a straight out runner. He was one of those, like, so when he would get out of the backyard, he would go, right? He would take off, but he would come back. He would come back to wait for you to see him, to notice him, and then he would take off. Again, come back, take off, come back, take off, come back, take off. And there was this one time, this dog should have died. And I'm chasing on. So this is my younger, more athletic time. So we when I'm talking about chasing my dog, I'm not talking about like a couple of blocks. I'm talking about sometimes we going miles. And for me, I'm just like, okay, I got to work out. So I would legitimately put my running shoes on, my shorts, my shirt. All right, I'm gonna go for a run. But this dog jumped through the bush, and on the other side of the bush was the road. And I'm like, son of a gun. So he jumps, and all of a sudden I hear this. I'm like, Rocky's dead. Rocky's dead. So I come out of the bush on the other side. And I see him, and this dog still is trying to run. Like, he got hit. I don't know where exactly he got hit, but he got hit, and he came back on the sidewalk, and it was like he was drunk, going left to right. And eventually he just stopped. And the woman pulls over in a truck. She's like, oh my gosh, is your dog okay? And me, I'm thinking about getting sued. Like, you know, my dog just messed up this truck. You know, I didn't know the truck was okay, but... And I look at her, I'm like, is your truck okay? Like, don't sue me. I got no money. And, you know, she was just like, it's fine. I looked at her truck was fine. But the crazy thing about it, there was not one single scratch on Rocky. Like, he legitimately got hit by the truck and somehow didn't get a broken bone or a scratch or anything.
All right, I gotta share a story about my dog, Roxy. Y'all seen her a little bit here and there. When she was younger, when she was a puppy, oh, she just ate everything. In fact, her name originally was for Roxy Hart from Chicago. However, we made the joke that it should be Roxy because she likes to eat rocks. She would be out there and she would eat rocks and she'd pass them. Anyway, I have a few firearms, and one of my favorite things to do with those is to capture the bullets. I like to shoot into some water jugs or some ballistics gel and capture the bullet to see what it looks like, the hollow points. You know, it's something I think is fun. So I have these laying around, opened up, petals, very sharp, razor sharp if you know anything about bullets after they've opened up. They're meant to cut. All of a sudden I find one missing. It's nowhere to be found. I'm like, oh, couch must have eaten it. You know, I put the other ones away, but this one was one of the nice ones. It was very sharp. Anyway, a couple days go by, taking the dog out for a walk. Sure enough, something shiny in her poop. I'm like, okay, I have to pick it up anyway because, you know, it's where we're living. So I pick it up, and it's hard. It's something. What the hell is this? Sure enough, my dog ate that bullet. Passed it. No problem. Like nothing ever happened. I'm like, how did that not cut her up? That thing is pointy and sharp.
The first dog to eat the bullet and live to tell the story.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's a miracle right there, because you get that wrong end that starts going down to the digestive system, just tear you apart.
Oh, it was the pretty flower petal of death. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How that happened, I do not know. She's also getting pretty old, man. We got her, I want to say 2012. So, you know, got to be at least 12 years old as a pit bull. She got some bad hip dysplasia. We took her out to the park not too long ago, a few months back, and this park has these rolling hills and pathways of cement, you know, that you walk down. And sometimes it has a little bit of a cliff. So there's this part where it's a grassy hill, and then it's a little bit, maybe a foot and a half, not even a foot and a half, maybe a foot from the grass to the cement. And she decides to jump down instead of, you know, walking around. And her front legs do not catch her. And she just punched a hole right through her tongue. She bit her tongue real bad. Yeah, I know. So now we got her on some hip stuff, and it's helping her a little bit. But now, you know, we got to be really careful. She's getting to the age where it's like, okay, now it's the serious pet owner shit, you know, comes into play. I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, my brother had me watch his dog. Was it like 3 months ago? And his dog is pretty good. It's a pretty nice dog. So I'm like, you know, I'll watch your dog. So he lives like maybe 10 minutes away from me. So the third day I go out there and I'm like, you know what? Let me throw the ball more. I had a ball and throw it and stuff like that. And he's a young pup. He's not a pup, but he's a young dog. He's got a lot of pep in his step. So third throw, and he runs ahead of the ball and turns to try to grab it. And normally he does grab it. He doesn't, you know, he just, you know, or it misses and it goes and he just goes finds it. Well, he tries to grab it, and all of a sudden I hear this, and then he just stops. And I'm like, son of a gun.
Did you choke him?
It busted his lip.
Oh.
So he comes up to me still with the ball, but the ball is covered in blood. And I'm like, why? Like, out of all the, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm supposed to take care of this dog, and I'm like, and there's blood all over the place. So eventually I clean it up and I assess him. I open up his mouth and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, if it's really bad, then I'm going to have to do something. But luckily it was just a busted lip. He eventually stopped. And, you know, I let my brother know. I was just like, hey, your dog got out of line, so I had to regulate him. Don't let it happen again, or this time it's gonna be his eye. Nah, he's a good dog. He did pretty good. I was pretty happy. But yeah, dogs, man, it's just, I think that's the thing about life. It's one of those situations where if it's meant to be and if it's not meant to be type of thing, you know? Now, that's not to say to go out there and go jump in front of a trainer or anything, but, you know, I do believe that, you know, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to when you can with what you got, if there's certain things that are not meant to be, like, you know, my dog getting hit by a truck and somehow not having a scratch, or your dog eating some craziness and not having any damage, you know? It's just like, hey, just ain't gonna happen, man. So cheers to God. Thank you, Lord, for those protective moments, because we know we need them as much as possible. But I've never been big on the football stuff. I've never been big on sport, watching sports. Like, I'll play sports, you know, but I've never been big on watching it per se. And that's like me and my brother, right? We're very opposite from each other when it comes to that. Like, he's like, you know, pop a beer, watch sports, hang out with the guys and stuff like that. Where me, give me some, you know, some Mario Kart and a couple of buddies, and, you know, like, hey, soda pop, let's get down, let's have some fun. You know, my kids, you know, we've been doing it with my kids and stuff like that recently. Just Dance. Yeah, but one of my kids got a new boyfriend. I guess we got a new tradition. We do Just Dance. So
there you go.
That's my style. That's what it's. Oh, I met my brother's friends one time. It was his neighbors. And you can always tell the type. I mean, everybody's different, you know, and there's nothing, you know, hey, live your life the way you want to live your life. But sometimes people want to know about me, you know, hey, what do you do, this or that or this, or, you know, and eventually got to the conversation, like, you know, yeah, you know, I sometimes dress up as Spider-Man. You might see me run around the neighborhood, because like I said, he's like 10 minutes away. Right. And I think the guy was like a cop or something, and he's just like, well, why do you do that? And I'm like, well, why not? You know, and it's one of those situations where you just have different people on different frequencies of life. You know, for some people it's just like, hey, dressing up as Spider-Man, it's crazy. Why do you do it? You're a grown man. You're in your late 30s. For people like me, it's just like, well, why not?
It's because fun. People, you know, I don't know. I think people don't have fun in their own life, and then they get really upset if they see other people having fun and not taking life as serious as they are taking it, darn it. So how dare you have fun and not take life serious? You know, life is serious. Okay.
And I think you're right. I think I think you nailed it right on the head. It's just, you know, one of those situations where people have certain routines of tradition, I guess I can call it, where, like, you know, I did grow up with certain adults that, you know, they drink beer. Nothing against beer. If you drink, hey, it's what you do. Right. But they pop a brewski and they watch sports, and they can do that for hours. Hey, I can't do that. Like, after 15 minutes, I'm like, I start making fun. I can like the sport, playing it, but I'll start making fun of it, you know, like, oh, it's just because I'm trying to look for something a little bit more exciting, like me talking trash to, like, my son when we're playing Mario Kart, or being on, you know, when we used to play Dead by Daylight, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. And like you betrayed me.
Oh, I love that shit. Oh, it's
pointed out where I was.
Oh, I loved it. You know, I opened the door. Yeah. I love that.
But those are my exciting moments. Those are the times that I'm just like, heck yeah, you know. And for me now, especially like with the way life is, you know, things are finally starting to come to more of a routine, I guess you can say.
Yeah, getting back to a new normal.
Right, getting back to new normal. Obviously, you know, with the different storms and tragedies of life, you may get through it, but you have to remember you're not going to be the same, and that's okay, because not being the same doesn't mean you're a terrible person. Because guess what? Not being the same means you grew, you push forward, and you're continuously go forward with that experience that you have, and whether you use it for good or you just don't use it at all, that's up to you. The only time I say it's bad is if you legitimately use it for bad to hurt people. If you do that, then that's, you know, that's for me, that's a limit.
I don't know. That'd be hard to even comprehend somebody going through some horrible stuff and then turning around and using that for evil. For me, I mean, that's uncomprehendable. You know, I can't even comprehend that. You know, going through.
It's one of those situations. Like for me, you know, growing up in the environment I grew up in, you know, if you grow up trying to watch out for your stuff because you know you might end up getting robbed by your own family, whatever. You figured you wouldn't want that to happen to anyone else, but some of my family members grew up and that's what they did. They mimicked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They took those tragedies that they went through and they replicated it to do more bad. Drugs, alcohol, and all that kind of stuff. But you know, if you take those tragedies and you just go forward with life and you just do what you want to do, that's fine.
Quinn, I don't know why that didn't go up. Probably because I'm on this screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Quinn.
Hiya, Talia Quinn.
Can't even get it. Can't even get the sound going.
Yeah. You know what? Screw you, Mr. Spider-Man. I'm sure your setup ain't all automated and stuff. You got voice control? You got voice control?
Hey, don't go off of voice control right now, okay?
Thug life. Yeah, see?
I'm the part of town, see?
Voice control. Cheer.
Dude, I love your streams, Willow. I always admire your setup, man. It's really good.
No, it's all right.
Whatever,
well, what's great about it is, well, I do enjoy doing that. I don't know, I go back and forth. Sometimes we'll get somebody new in here and I'll be like, oh, cool, a new friend, but are they going to be cool with the friends that we already have? You know, it's been kind of a tight niche group, a core group. And it's almost the point, you know, I do enjoy doing this, but yeah, it's just to hang out with y'all.
Yeah, no, I mean, heck, I definitely miss our times of late night splendors. We had some good times, man.
Yeah,
those are the what do they call it? The golden Twitch era.
Been busy working on a project for little Nick.
I stopped, but yeah, man, I'm part of a lot of organizations now. I've actually become, I don't know if I told you this, but I became a staff member for a nonprofit organization called MVP, which deals with streaming.
How are you doing?
So yeah, so I'm an official staff member, helping them out with streams and different types of stuff.
Doing good, man.
And you know, here's the thing: you never know what life's gonna throw at you. Like me, you guys remember how I was before. I was all about children with cancer, and I still am. Don't get me wrong. I still want to help where I can.
Okay.
But now I'm doing veteran stuff, so you never know what life's gonna throw at you.
Well, the vets do need help.
Well, no. And I'm possibly maybe getting out next March, April. April might be my final month in the Navy.
Then what you gonna do?
I might end up working full time for MVP. So it depends on how it goes. I got a year and 4 months to try to see what happens with this. I believe in them. I love them. It's a great organization. I think we can definitely make it expand on a whole nother level.
Right.
And you know, I have a lot of ideas, but again, like I think
if you steal my ideas, I swear to God, I'm gonna come find you and hunt you down.
but like I've said before in the past 6 times, if life happens as for some reason I keep having stuff happen. Because I have these plans, bro. I have these plans.
And then God tells you he's got plans of his own.
Dude.
I know, I got plans too. See if it works.
These different types of things. All last year. Worst health I've ever been in. You know, in and out of the ER and all this stuff. And then, you know, then the year before that, my daughter in the wheelchair. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then, you know, the whole thing with Gideon. So now it's like, okay. The dust is settled on the outside. Of course, you know, you have your PTSD and stuff that get triggered and your grief that you have to process. You know, that's normal. You're going to go through that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the process. If you don't grieve, then that's a problem. But I have the organizations, the support groups. I'm going through a thing called Grief Share right now, which is really awesome. It's a Christian-based organization that helps you navigate through it. And you just have it's like a support, just like a support group. But through it all, I'm like, okay, Lord, like I've done a lot of growing, a whole lot of growing. The plans that I had the plans that I had before are no longer on the table.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed now, but it's a fresh piece of paper that I feel like God's just like, okay, it's time to start writing, like start putting everything that you went through, put into pages now. You know,
you're writing a book.
So, yeah, I mean, I started already writing, but it's actually doing getting back into social media, getting back into streaming and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, I told you guys this before, breaking the world record for Just Dance.
Yeah,
I'm in the worst physical condition I've ever been in my life. I have trouble just doing the basic dance moves on this thing, right? Yeah. Like I struggled in that one dance, and I carried a flag for like 2 minutes just for MVP, the organization, just for like media purposes. Bro, I was huffing and puffing. My arm was killing me. I was like, how the monk did I carry that thing for 26.2 miles? It's just like how I have come so low in my physical abilities. But
you've been kind of distracted.
Yeah.
You've been fighting different battles.
Exactly. But this is where I think God is really trying to get at. Like a good point is, the greater the obstacle, the greater the glory to God. So when I start just making little videos of this journey of trying to break this world record and then start streaming again, because I got no choice now, because this organization that I'm a part of, there's a portion of it where you have to stream, and that's how you support and you do all these different types of things. And I want it to be successful because I want to help military personnel with their mental health.
Right.
So, and we need somebody who's a partner in order for us to start a team. So that's sort of one of my agendas. And I know I can accomplish that within a year if I legitimately do what we all here know what to do: be consistent, have a schedule, put out the content on multiple, social medias and all that kind of stuff. And then you have to have that big cherry on top, which is breaking the world record, So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up start documenting these. Hey, my name is Ruben, aka Spiderman4aCause. I am in the worst shape of my life, but join me on this journey as I try to break the Guinness World Record for Just Dance, which is 138 hours.
So let's talk about this organization once more for anybody who wasn't paying attention at the first time around. This is a streaming organization that you're working for that's for veterans, owned by veterans, for streaming veterans, yes?
Essentially, yes. That ends up bringing veterans, military, and military supporters. So even you guys can be a part of it if you want.
Oh.
Brings them. Yeah, one of the board members is just a supporter. That's it. She supports the military. And what they do is they have this community where we meet up. It's called the morning mix. It's like we just chat and like this, pretty much exactly like this.
Right.
They do it in the morning times, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Right.
And then on Saturdays they got what's called the Salty Sailor Talk. And like I said, it's for military, but it's for military supporters too. So like I said, with you guys, if you guys want to jump on in, you're more than welcome to.
How you getting paid?
Well, that's the thing. It's volunteer.
Right.
But there's a two-part to this, right? First part is, obviously I'm volunteering my time. There is a program in the DoD that's called Skill Bridge, and we talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
I know Nugs is very familiar with it. And the military will pay me to because of my rank, I can't do 180, I have to do 120 days. Yeah. So 120 days to be with an organization that is approved by them and work for them full time. Don't have to worry about the Navy stuff until I retire. So my goal is, starting in January, hopefully Skill Bridge will be approved for MVP. MVP still has to go through their process. But by January, I will have established myself in MVP. Hopefully MVP will have grown a lot more. And getting the Skill Bridge approved is like the atomic bomb for marketing for MVP would be awesome.
Right.
Because what's it going to do is it's going to give free advertisement to the whole DoD. So those people that are putting in for Skill Bridge in the DoD, and they see MVP as an organization that streams, that discords, that helps with marketing and all these different types of things, resources for veterans, spread the word. And then I'll have from January, February, March, April to April, where I'll be able to, if I get approved for Skill Bridge, which I should, God willing, Dio Valente, then I'll end up just doing that while getting paid by the Navy. So that gives me from now until April of next year to really establish myself and also look at my options and then hopefully get back into streaming.
So not this April, but the April after.
No, next April. Yeah, next
All
April.
right. Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So,
Okay, one streaming bit of advice.
Do it.
It doesn't matter how many times a week you stream, but you need to be consistent when you do. I need to know, hey, it's 7 o'clock, Spider-Man's coming on, or whatever time it is. It needs to be something that I look forward to as a fan, and any of the fans out there that you're gonna have, if you want to actually make it. And of course, you know all the social medias. But I mean, you got the skills to pay the bills. It's the first reason I even became your darn friend. Well, second reason, the kids with cancer was a good start. But second was, man, this man's gonna go places. Watch out. He's a good streamer. Unfortunately for him, he has no idea how to put a stream together with voice channel commands. Voice commands.
Well, see, you can't degrade me like that.
No, I can't build you up that high without slapping it a little bit.
I made him my friend, bro. We are bros. We are bros. Don't forget that.
You're we bros. It's been
but you're absolutely right. And the Ovalente, God willing.
Yeah.
But it's I feel I have peace, like legitimate peace, even if something does happen. I feel pretty good. Where before, when I was planning, I was very weary and tired. And don't get me wrong, I'm still weary and tired, but I had peace. That's the difference in what I had last time.
But you are getting out of the military this April, though, yeah?
Next April, I'm getting.
What?
April.
Next April's. Good luck. You don't see what's going on in the world? You think they're gonna let you out? You see all the trauma going around?
Yeah, you can't do anything with a broken veteran. I'm a broken man. I'm not fit to deploy. Officially, it's on record.
Yeah.
So
fingers crossed. I just see that stuff and I get a little worried for all my friends.
Yeah, it's crazy out there, but what you see going on out there, I'll just be frank with you, man. It's already been happening for a while. The difference is the question you have to ask yourself, not so much is why is it happening now, but why are they allowing it to be shown right now? It's a distraction to what is really happening, and I'll leave you with that.
Oh, the rumors of wars.
Oh yeah, when you start hearing the rumors of wars and the Son of God is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I mean, it's the same trends, just different generations. We can say the same thing during World War II, World War I.
The world has never been this intelligent. The world has never been this populated. The world has never been this divided. You have Muslims versus Christians versus Jews. There is a lot at play here spiritually going on. Bro, the Bible studies that we should be having right about now. I don't know the day nor the hour, but it does talk like you will know it is near when these things happen. And these things are happening. In April of this year, we're going to have a full eclipse. We got...
Yeah, but we always have eclipses, don't we?
How many blood moons have there been recently versus how many when I was a kid? How many earthquakes and natural disasters are going on versus when I was a kid, versus the 50s, versus the 20s, versus the 1800s? and you see the rapid rise of intelligence, and now the birth of AI, you can be put into the internet. You can live forever,
Bro,
which is a false heaven.
bro, I saw
It's
this
from
ad-
the devil. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I believe it. They're also taking like Jesus AI and they're manipulating it to fit their own agenda. I just took a class on this at church. It's quite. You have to respect the enemy in the sense of knowing his tactics, so we can know how to combat them accordingly. But I saw this thing. What was it? It was like an ad. I don't know. I think it was like playing like a phone game or something. And this ad popped up, and it showed that you can create your own
Tactical nuts, red heart, red heart.
AI character, and at least from the example that it showed, it looked pretty realistic. I think the biggest thing for me, because I have, who was it? Was it Jehovah's Witnesses? I think it was Jehovah's Witnesses that came up to me, and they were talking about like the four seals or something. And you know, like for me, it's just like I don't care what like your religion is. If that's what you want to talk about, like I'll let you talk. You know, you let me talk, I'll let you talk, type of thing.
Right.
And one thing I told them, because you know they're randomly going up to people talking about the faith, and I was just like, okay, well, you know, if you go up to people and you're trying to get them to come to your Bible study, you don't want to just talk about the four seals. That's like meat of faith. I was just like, why don't you talk about the relationship? This is before I knew they're Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
I was like, why don't you talk about the relationship? You know, it's like if I were to go up to a random person in the middle of the street that's not a Christian, especially if they're not a follower at all, and I'm just like, in order for you to be saved, you have to drink the blood of Christ and eat his flesh. What are they gonna do? They're gonna look at me and be like, what the heck's wrong with you? You know, that's the meat of the faith. You got to give them the milk. You know, you have a Lord that loves you very much, and he's here for you, and all you have to do is open up your heart to him. Oh, who is this Lord? And then, you know, you go from there. Tactfulness type of thing. And of course, let the Spirit lead you into what direction you know you go about it. But these guys just coming up to me and they're trying to scare me with, you know, end of time stuff or whatnot. Which I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, how about we get to the part where it's just like, you know, if I die tomorrow and I don't have Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I haven't repented of my sins.
Well, yeah, I've even said that a few times. Like, how close are you from the end times? Well, you're about a heartbeat away. You're one heartbeat away from the end times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do believe there will be an actual end time.
Yeah, no, and I believe so too. I'm with you on that one. Now, here's a question for you. Do you believe in raptura, the rapture?
Not the way that some people believe in it. If you're talking about the rapture where people are just disappearing and their clothes are being left behind, you know, no, I don't believe in that. I think that the rapture happens at the second coming. Jesus comes down and the people in Christ are raptured up to him at that very moment. And then the people who aren't in Christ, well, they stay here for a little while to think about what they did. I mean, we could go further into that, but that for the rapture part, that's how it is.
Yeah, I see, and I've seen both ends of it. I've seen some people that believe before the end of times and the ones afterwards.
Yeah.
I believe before through some of the studies and stuff like that. But it is one of those situations, like whether it's before or after, however, you know, the scriptures are interpreted. It is a phenomenal thing to just think about, though, on just the way it displays how things are going to happen, and just the, you know, one moment you are living your life and the world is the world, and then the next it's just like the horns, trumpets are playing, and you know what I mean. It's just like, it's time. And if you had the choice to legitimately, like, for the tree, do you guys, I don't know, you guys believe in the 7-year tribulation, right?
Yeah.
So if you had a choice to endure the 7-year tribulation, like, say for instance, God gave you a choice right now. He's just like, hey, you know, you're gonna die before that all starts, but I'm gonna end up keeping you alive for the tribulation if you preach the gospel. Would you do it?
Oh man, not because that I would want to live. It would be because I'd want to help. Because I would not want to live through that. supposedly that's going to be the worst, right? It's going to, the 144,000 we're talking about here that are around at the end times when Jesus actually comes are going to have a special song to sing in heaven because of what they had to endure and what they had to go through.
Yeah, and I mean, for the 7-year tribulation, summarize it. It's the end of times in which the Antichrist ends up taking over. The world becomes one order, or it may be one order before, and then the Antichrist just takes it over. Abomination of desolation happens, and then they said it would be so bad that even death would flee them. That's pretty bad. Earthquakes, falling of heaven, all these different types of things. But if God asked you to go through it, I don't know. Like,
you gotta do it, man. Look at what happened to Jonah. You don't want to have that happen to you.
I don't know. Sometimes I ponder these kind of things. But
yeah, just I do. Yeah, it's good.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if there's like a right or wrong answer, but it's good because what it does is it kind of just helps you look at your faith, like where are you at? And nobody really knows until you actually step into it. You know what I mean? Like we all hope we do certain things during certain circumstances, but we don't know until it happens. I remember, what was it? We're just doing some training exercise, and the first bomb went off, and I'll never forget the biggest guy we had. The biggest guy, dude. He was like 6'5" or whatever. Ends up freezing on us, and as soon as the bomb goes off, you have to take off. But I see him, and he's just like right here with he's got his gun or whatever. And I'm like, bro, and I literally had to go all the way up to him, grab him, shake him, and pull him because it's just that shock of the mind type of thing. But yeah, dude, for me, I hope I act a certain way, but I hate to say it, but when it comes to the faith, I've had my moments. And I got a lot of work to do. So. Oh my goodness, it's so much work, dude. Like, I can't speak for you, but I know mine never ends. It's like, that still small voice that you think is your conscience, but if you controlled it, there's no way it would hate you as much as it does. It tells you what to do that you don't want to do. Yeah, I got that going in spades. It's like a never-ending battle. Yeah. It is a never-ending battle, but it's like. It continues to sharpen the sword, continues to keep you going. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some water. I think I'm choking on a seed. I'll be right back.
A seed?
Yeah, he's doing sunflower seeds.
Eating some pistachios.
With all the crap that I've been through, it'd be a shame to be taken out by a seed. You hear about Reuben? Yeah, it's a shame.
He died on a rye seed, eating a Reuben. That'd be the joke.
Dude, that'd be
very relaxing.
My worst fear was actually dying on the crapper when I was like out on deployment. What I don't accept is if I die on the toilet. Why?
Just like rolling on the
again,
floor
it goes back to we refer to everyone as their last name, so it'd be like, hey, you hear what happened to Loya? Yeah, it's a shame, man. He was on the cam when it happened. Like that happens to people.
Yep.
Like that's
look at Elvis.
Yeah. Great example.
Well, yeah, I found this one guy's podcast that I'm liking. He's pretty good self-help, and he's got this T-shirt I might buy. It says, "Don't go out dying on a chair." And that's a big one for me, And for a while there, way back in the day before you all knew me, I was worried. Like I could barely walk. I was so big. I could barely go from the living room to the bedroom. Going to the bathroom or cleaning up after going to the bathroom was very difficult. I was so big. Bro, I don't even want to talk about all the problems I had. And I was that way for years. And then I got down, I did the diets here and there. I had some victories, had some losses. Now I got diagnosed with heart disease. It's going to kill me. And I am now feeling the effects of more than ever, which really sucks because now it's becoming more real. Getting closer with God and realizing where I think we are, and realizing my age, knowing what I want for the rest of my life, and that's just to be closer to friends and family.
Bam.
So, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do going forward to be a blessing to the world a little bit, you know, before I go out. You know, I got a lot of wrongs to right. I've done pretty good, but there's some that you can't right, you know, because the time has passed. That person has passed. Now it's like, well, sorry, Dad. My bad.
Hey, do what you can when you can, what you got. God knows your heart, you know.
Yeah.
It's being able to, because there's certain people that right wrongs in the outside, but they don't mean it in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain people that right wrongs in the inside, but they don't do it in the outside because the person may have passed. Which one you think God has more of a care for? That's all I'm saying. And it's been a blessing to us, man. Ever since day one. So
yeah, you gonna come and see me before I get out of here?
I would definitely end up coming and seeing you.
Yeah, you need to get a trip out to AZ within like a couple months.
No, definitely gonna be working on my time and using it accordingly. And you guys,
no, I'll check you out on String.
Sure.
You don't have to come over here.
I'm still gonna go over there.
Well,
I've already had it set. So there's a few places I got marked off.
Well, if you do, ring me up. If you don't have my number, I'll give it to you.
So yeah, yep, I definitely got your number. I'll definitely be ringing you up. I do have a question though, because I watched a few of your videos on YouTube. You had a video that came up where you were able to capture it forward and capture it aft. How did you do that?
Do you have Apple or Samsung?
Apple.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Dang it. I had a funny feeling it was, dang it, yeah.
Yeah. Wife can't do it anyway. She's been trying. She hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
It's not there. It doesn't exist for Apple.
That's lame.
Yeah. I got a, what's it called? An Insta360 X3. So it captures the whole thing now. So I'm gonna use it for advertisement for MVP, and I was hoping to be able to use my phone to do that, but I had a funny feeling that was it because I searched and I looked it up and I couldn't find it. So it is what it is. But hey, I liked it. I thought it was great. Walk and talk with Stinger. Stinger.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
No, it was good. And I mean, like I said, I look at your stuff. I look at a few other people's stuff, and it inspires me because I'm just like, what the monk? I appreciate your guys' prayers. I had my procedure yesterday. I still have my medical band right here. And I'm doing Just Dance with the young buck, which I shouldn't have been doing. But,
Yeah.
But I get my test results probably at the end of the month. And yeah, man, I have to have another procedure. So something's going on. Don't know what the heck it is. But hey, no matter what it is, I feel that God is calling me to push forward no matter what.
Yeah.
And before it was like, wait. And now it's go. So
Spiderman199 will help.
This is going to be the hardest obstacle, I believe, because it's one thing to do things when you're in a healthy state and somewhat decent shape.
Yeah.
But it's another journey when you're starting from the bottom and working your way up. And I mean, like you said, with you, with where you're at now, you know, it's just like you're a testament of like, hey, you know what? I busted my butt, but I made it to where I'm at right now, and that's not easy. You know, that is tough. You know, you get some people out there that just they always, nothing against them, but they always know victory. You know, they're that all-star or whatever, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, nothing against them, but it's one of those situations where,
damn, you had good genes.
Yeah, it's hard for them to connect with you if you are on the lower end. You know, like the Rudy, you know what I mean? But all right, gentlemen or ladies and gents, I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Quinn, Nugs, Soul Blazer,
when are you going to be streaming next?
Well, it is going to be the end of the month. It's going to be the 24th.
24th, everybody. Wow, that's a long time from now.
Yeah.
Night Spider.
You're gonna have to put that on your calendar. At 24th.
Yeah, it's for the 24th for 2022 event. I'm leading the talk show for an hour.
Damn it! I cannot be there.
Why not?
I will be in Nevada visiting a friend over there.
Why dost thou like to break it thy heart?
Because I already had that planned out. I'm looking on my calendar right now. Yeah.
Thou excuses are like that of whales farts.
Oh man, it feels bad. I'll try to maybe pop in
it's
for
all
my
good.
phone.
Now next month is
Marked it.
is where I plan on doing like the boom 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 boom.
All right.
So this
All
month
right.
is
What
just
time?
like random and dude, I got everything set up.
Quinn wants to know what time.
What time? Let me
What time?
check here. Okay, it is multi-sailor talk is at 8 o'clock. So everything's all Eastern Standard Time. So I'm trying to convert it. So 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is going to be 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be 6 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay.
So
6 o'clock.
So yeah, I'll be doing that for an hour, and you guys can chime in too. By the way, it's an open chat. We just hang out, and I'll make sure to put it at. So
6p.
Bam. So I love you guys. You guys, like I said, you guys are the original OG of my streaming
24th.
family. I love
Well, hell
y'all
yeah,
very
you
much.
and Quinn
So,
right there.
Yeah.
And the other girl that went off to do
We
something
have
else.
chat
I don't
commands.
remember her name.
Commands.
But
Which
alrighty.
one? What was the other girl?
3.
There was another girl that played Among Us with us the first night we played together. And then she brought in
Oh.
Quinn.
Yeah,
So it was Quinn's friend.
Yeah, you're right.
And Quinn
You're right.
stayed, and she Ashley. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh man.
LUL, LUL.
Good times.
Yeah.
Remember when Quinn with her little cat ear headphones?
Man, we gotta play some Among Us.
Dude,
Or something.
I'm dead. Well, we'll get it going
Alright.
next weekend too.
All right, man.
So,
Yeah, I'll be
I'll see
down
you-
if you want to do another one of these or something like it.
Yeah, I need it.
All right, let's hit
All
up
right,
in the
guys.
Discord on that.
I'll send a text, a message to you guys.
All right, man.
I'll talk to you later. God bless.
See ya. God bless. All right, well, that was Spidey Man.
That was fun.
Yeah, y'all like that?